Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. Yes, I'm in my usual time slot now on a Thursday evening, at least for this week anyway. How are you all doing out there in the lovely internet land? It's time now to introduce the star of the show. Yes, of course. It's TB the Bear. Yes, everyone's favourite bear, and thankfully fully dressed now. Fully dressed, yes, there he is. Yes, the number one Lulu Hamilton fan, aren't you? Yes. Yeah, we'll do that afterwards. We can't do it while we're streaming, otherwise we'll get taken off. Yeah. They're funny like that. They're really funny like that on YouTube. Yeah, anyway, let's put TB back down there. Hello, all you lovely people out there. We're going to start with a new story. That's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with a new story, and here it is. And it is about Estie Bestie. Estie Bestie Ocon. Now, if this is true, and this actually happens, it's going to be a huge blow to the Moaning Yorkshireman, because basically, every time he mentions Estie Bestie's name, it uses up at least 5 minutes of his show. Yes. So he's going to be absolutely crestfallen if this is actually true. Estie Bestie to you. Ooh. Anyway, let's go to F1 Oversteer. Yes, not a website that I would have much trust in, to be honest. But we're going to go with it anyway, because I can't find the story anywhere else at the moment. And that is that Estie Bestie Ocon has had a fallout with Haas boss. I can't say that name. Ayao Kamatsui. Yes, that's what I'm going to say. I don't know if that's right, and I apologise, but. And Yuki Tsunoda could replace him. Yuki Tsunoda is being mentioned as a possible candidate to replace Estie Bestie Ocon at Haas after the Frenchman is reported to have fallen out with Ayui Kasumi Kusumi. Ocon is under huge pressure to retain his seat beyond 2026, with his contract due to expire this season. He was beaten by rookie teammate Oliver Bearman last season, and his performances are not sitting well with Haas. Haas are frustrated with Ocon's results, having finished 15th with 38 points in 2025. So far in 2026, he has just 1 point to Bearman's 17, sitting 16th in the standings after 4 races. F1 fans think Haas will be Ocon's last seat in the sport, and his career could be over at the end of the season after he and team boss Kamatsui clashed at the Miami Grand Prix. Journalist Jackie Martin spoke on the Paddock Access podcast about Ocon and his future. He revealed that the Frenchman had a fallout with Komatsui in Miami. He said, "I heard they had a fallout again this weekend, Estie Bestie, and also with the team principal with Komatsui. I don't know, there's something. Esteban Ocon, he had a lot of problems. There was a reason that they kicked him out at Alpine." Yes, there was, because he wasn't very good. But he's an amazing driver, is he? Is he really? He's one of the only few who can say that he actually beat Max Verstappen back in Formula 3. Yeah, I don't know. When you're starting to compare yourself to Max Verstappen in Formula 3, I don't subscribe to that subscription, to be honest. Yes, that doesn't cut the mustard with me. He's lightning quick, but for some reason it doesn't work for him at the moment. Asked if he could last a full season, Martins addressed rumours that Tsunoda could be in line to replace him. There are so many rumours at the moment in the paddock about potentially, and there's already the link between Toyota, Yuki Tsunoda, Japanese driver. Maybe he will replace him. I think Honda is happy to let him go when he can have a seat in Formula 1. It's the pinnacle of the sport in the end, but there's an interesting situation there. What is Yuki Tsunoda's best option for a Formula 1 return? Following his exit from Red Bull at the end of the 2025 season, Tsunoda is serving as the team's reserve driver. He is looking for a way back onto the grid, but his time with the Milton Keynes outfit as a full-time driver might be spent. A return to Racing Bulls is also unlikely, meaning that he'll have to leave the operation to land another seat. Helmut Marko snuffed out interest from Haas to sign Tsunoda for 2026, but the American outfit could become an option for 2027 if Ocon does not improve. He could even be Behrman's replacement as Lewis Hamilton's... Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. He could even be Behrman's replacement as Lewis Hamilton's future in F1 is currently unclear beyond 2026. If he is to retire, then the young Brit will move to Ferrari, opening the door to Tsunoda to join Haas. However, that is not his only option, as Tsunoda could replace Franco Colapinto at Alpine. With the team on the up under the new regulations and with Mercedes engines, it could be his best way to get back onto the F1 grid. So there you go then. Estie Bestie. He may be out, he may not be. Well, his contract's up at the end of the season anyway. So that could be it for Estie Bestie. He's not doing very well with just, 1 point or whatever. Considering Behrman's got 17 right now. But we will see what happens. We will see. It's all speculation, of course. All speculation. Yes. Absolutely all speculation. But we will see whether it is true or not. Now, talking about speculation. It seems the video I made the other day, it got quite popular with 1.6k views about the F1 2026 DLC. So it proves one thing at least, that there is still a demand for the F1 game. I don't know where it's coming from, but there's still a demand for it. So it's good. I also saw an article yesterday talking about F1 viewership. And in actual fact, over these past few races, it has actually skyrocketed. So it's a very strange situation where everyone's moaning about Formula 1, but they're also watching it at the same time. But could it be, basically, because it's like car crash telly? You don't want to watch it, but you can't help yourself. I think it could be that, to be honest. But yeah, so anyway, F1 2026, by the way, this looks like it's completely bogus. Completely bogus, because I've not seen anything about it. I've not seen anything about it, which is okay from my standpoint, because I said that right at the start of the video. My disclaimer was that this information could be completely incorrect. Now, I don't usually do scurrilous rumour and stuff like that, because otherwise that's what you get known for on your channel. But I did it for that video because it didn't make any difference, because as I say, it's just an add-on to a video game. It's not referring to a person. In that situation, you have to be 100% clear before you start making videos if it applies to a person. Because if you get it wrong, you'll be in big trouble. That's what I'm going to say. Big trouble indeed. But like I say, it was just an add-on to a video game, which nobody's really interested about anyway. Well, clearly 1.6k of people are interested in it. But yeah, most people aren't interested in it. So yeah, it didn't really make much difference. Anyway, there we go. That's the news right now. Let's get all you lovely people on in the chat. Here we go. 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 Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness, there's lots of you. There's lots of you in the chat. There's lots of you in the chat. Hello to everyone who's joined the stream tonight. It's Mr. Will F1. Yes. Will F1. I'm going to say this now. Britain's favourite Yorkshireman. I've said it. I can't take it back now. Will F1, everyone. Britain's favourite Yorkshireman. Yes. Oh, gone, he says. Oh, cough. I like it. I like what you did there. I like what you did there. Yes. Oh, cough. Hello, Shane. Welcome to the stream. He says, hi, Dave. Hello. Welcome along. And Mr. Caledonia F1 is in as well. Morning, all, he says. Yes. Good morning to you, Mr. Caledonia F1. Will says, TMY will love it if that happens. Yes. Spam. Hello, Matthew7650. He says 2000. I know. And if you've seen the latest, I don't know whether it appears like this for you guys out there, but I've just looked at the latest and it's actually 2010 subscribers. I got an extra 10 subscribers purely on that video I made about the 2026 DLC. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? And it turns out it might not even be true. Fantastic. No one cares about the truth anymore. No. But there you go. Will says, Caledonia F1, if I don't say why Nice is the worst champion of all time before the 7th of June, you need to that spoof video to fixed. Nice. Nice. I see Jimmy Fixit's made another video. Only got halfway through it before I come on stream. But yes, he's talking about contrivances again. Yes. Yes. Lovely. Shane says, since we have some news about the F1 2026 DLC, let's hope it's true. Yes, let's hope it's true. But at the moment, Shane, it looks like it's not. Unless something happens on the 21st. So look out for the 21st to see if anything happens. There may be an announcement then about the DLC on 21st. Because I do have it on good authority that is actually true and it actually leaked. So because it's leaked, they may change the date now. So it may be a bit later. Just to say up you to everyone who leaked it. But yeah, I do understand it's got leaked. But I've still no idea whether it's actually true or not. It may be, it may be not. Hookster will retire Dom. Yes. Dom is a melt. Yes. Hello, Mr. Rugal. What's the stream? He says, bloody heck. Will F1. We are so back. We are so back. Yes. I know. Scary, isn't it? Great. All-time shows. Out of all the years where F1 games were released, 2007 was the first year we didn't have an F1 game come out. That's right, Shane. 2007, and that's being repeated again, sort of, for 2026. We're going to have something this year. We still don't know what it's going to be yet. We know it's going to be a DLC, but we don't know what it's going to contain. We do know that it's going to contain all the liveries and all the current drivers. That's obviously a given. What we don't know is anything past that. Is it going to be incorporated into the 10-year career structure? I don't know. Personally, I don't think so. I think that's going to be too much of a task. Don't forget, it's just a DLC pack. It's just an add-on pack. It is not a new game. It's just an add-on. So the chances of incorporating into a 10-year career is a bit doubtful because you've got to look at everything else. You've got to look at the cutscenes that you have during your 10-year career. You had the cutscenes at the start. Are they really going to go into the studio and start making all these cutscenes for something that they're going to sell for, what, 25, 30 pounds? I don't know. So it'll probably be like 2015, just a championship season. And you'll be able to play the cars online. Of course, that'll be a given. Obviously, you'll be able to do them online. But apart from that, I'm not quite sure. I mean, they may come up with a reduced career mode just to keep us going until the F1 27 game comes out. We may get a condensed career mode, maybe a 5-year career mode, or maybe just, a couple of years career mode. Anything really that will shut Ava up. But yeah, we may get that. But the chances of a 10-year career mode, I mean, they may do it. But I think the chances of that are pretty slim when you've got to look at the fact that they're only going to charge 25, 30 pounds for it. Now, of course, if they start charging 50, 60 pounds for it, then obviously we will be expecting more content. So obviously we would be expecting a 10-year career mode if they're charging that amount for it. But are they going to? Who knows? It's EA. Don't forget they're $20 billion in debt when they were acquired from those Saudi Arabian investors, and they had to take on a $20 billion debt to actually buy them. So yeah, they are up against it at the moment in regards to money. So it looks pretty much sure that they are going to come out with something because they are a business, and as a business they need to make money. So they're going to bring out something. What it's going to be, I've no idea. We will find out in due course. There's been a lot of speculation and rumour that perhaps they're not going to do anything and just scrap the idea and say, no, we're going to start with 2027. And, sorry guys, but we just couldn't do it for this year. I think that's highly unlikely because, they've got, 500 staff at EA working on the F1 game, those have all got to be paid. And if they're getting no return at the moment on their investment, where's the money going to come from? They're already in debt. They can't make themselves even more into debt, can they? So they've got to, I think, produce something just to get some money back to last them until the 2027 game comes out. So I'm pretty sure something will come out this year. In what state or what it's going to be, I've no idea. No idea. Estie, Bestie, oh gone. Yes, here comes another one from Will. Estie, Bestie, oh gone. Hookster talks. Yes, occasionally. Off the grid for Ocon. I like it. I like all these Ocons now. We're getting good. Will says, get Tommy WTF1, I mean P1, on this all season's rubbish. Yes, I should do, shouldn't I? I should get Tommy. Yes. For this week's episode, I have done one of your suggestions. I don't know whether it was Will's or whether it was Plano Plazzi's, but it's one of you two's. I've done one of your suggestions. And let's just say that the artificial intelligence had a very hard job trying to sort it out. Yes. And the results are, frankly, rubbish. Yes. But I knew they would be, because this person has got an accent and AI can't do accents. No. So, we'll be okay. We'll be okay if ever the Terminators, Skynet starts to take over the world. All we've got to do is start speaking in Indian accents, and that will confuse them no end, and their plans for world domination will just stop dead. Yes, because they won't be able to understand what we're on about. No. So there you go. How to defeat Skynet. Talk in Indian. That's it. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Talk in Indian, and we're safe. We're fine. Yes, we're fine. Will F1 game is the first ball-out Hall of Famer. Estie band got a gone. I like it. Like, I don't think there was any years in the 1990s where an F1 game came out. Oh, yes, there was lots of years in the 1990s when F1 games came out, Shane. Yes, lots of games came out in the 90s. We had Nigel Mansell's Grand Prix came out, I think, for the Sega Mega Drive and the Amiga, I think. I've got it somewhere. I think it's behind me. You can't see it because it's up in the air, but I think it's behind me. Nigel Mansell. I think I've got him here, actually. Now everyone, don't be shocked by this, but I'm going to show you my floppy. Look, just calm down, okay? It'll be fine. Here is my floppy. Yeah, this is what we had for entertainment in the 90s. It's called a floppy disk. Now, I know what you're saying. It doesn't look very floppy to me. That's true, because this is the Mark II model of the floppy disk, which is a 3.5-inch disc. Now, back in the day, when floppies first came out, they were 5.5 inches. That's what she said. They were 5.5 inches, which is sort of like that, yeah. And they were literally like a piece of paper. They were floppy. So when you put them in the disk drive, they were all floppy, and you had to push them in, like putting something through the letterbox. That's how you did it. But they advanced, and this is still called a floppy, but it's a 3.5-inch disc. Now you may be wondering, how does this wonder of the modern world work? Well, inside here is basically a disc. Now if I slide that, there is the top of the disc. Can you see that? Look, if I slide that across, there's the top of the disc. Now when you put your little floppy in your disc drive, that flips back like that, and then it reads the information on that disc. You see that? So I'm just trying to shine it at you. It reads it off that disc, and that's what we had in the 90s, everyone. Yes. Now this is what they call a blank floppy, because there's no writing on it, which means God knows what's on it. There probably is something on it, because I don't think I actually possess a blank floppy. But yeah, there you go. So this is what we had in the 90s for our entertainment. And what we used to do is we used to buy magazines. Magazines. And these magazines would have 3 floppy disks for you, full up with games. I tell you, it was a fantastic time. It really was. I'm just going through my floppies here. I'm just going through my floppies, trying to find some real games because I don't think I've got the right packet. Where were the real games? No, there's no games in there. These would be all boring stuff like spreadsheets, you know spreadsheets. Have you ever wanted to do a spreadsheet, everyone? Yeah, everyone wants to do a spreadsheet, don't they? Yes. You can't beat it. Here we go. I've got it. Right. So we used to have magazines back in the day, and glorious magazines they were as well. All to do with computers, and you get a free game on the magazine. I know, you can't even think about it now, can you? Here's one. Shadow Fighter. Look at that. And that was free with the magazine. You bought the magazine, you got this free. And I think that's for the Commodore Amiga computer. So you'd put that in your floppy drive. And you could play that game. Yes. But here's what I wanted to show Shane. This is what came out in the 90s, Shane. Nigel Mansell's World Championship for the Amiga 500, the 600, which is the one I had, or the 1200. I could never afford that. Too expensive. I had a 600. Nigel Mansell's World Championship. That's what and that came out, I do believe, Shane, in 19. Just try and have a look and see if it's got a year on it. But I think it was 93. It was by Gremlin Interactive. Yes, they were a great company back in the day. Now here's what you had to do, Shane. Back in the ancient days, I mean, now it's just like, it's just downloaded, isn't it? You just download it all. But no, you had to be a bit inventive back in the day, Shane. You actually had to get up off your arse and go to your computer to do this, because on here is all the menus and the information for the game. So you'd put that in, load that in, and then the game would start, and you'd go, let's say, let's go to the first racetrack, which I can't remember would be in 1993, and then it would come up with a message and say, insert other disc. And you go, what? Yeah, you see, this is disc 1. But there was a disc 2 as well. And this is the one that contained all the tracks for the game. So yeah, every time you played the game, you were constantly swapping from disc 1 to disc 2. Constantly, for each track. And as soon as you played the end of each race, guess what, Shane? You had to go back to disc 1 again. Put that back in the machine to load up all the details for the next race. And then you have to swap it over again, Shane, for the disc 2. Yes, for the tracks. And that was basically our life in the 90s. Yeah. We didn't need the internet because we spent all our time basically just swapping discs over. Yeah. By the time we'd done that, we had no time for internet, so it's bloody lucky we didn't have it. Yes. But here's the best one, Shane. Here's the best one. Grand Prix. Now, it says only in very small letters, but underneath it says Jeff Crammond. Yes, this is the original Grand Prix by Jeff Crammond for the Commodore Amiga 600. Now, you may have seen videos of this online because it actually came up on Steam, I think, about a year ago. All of the Jeff Crammond games, Grand Prix 1, 2, 3 and 4, I do believe. And so everyone has been playing them on YouTube. You may have seen James Early. He does a lot of these games, these early retro games online. And yes, the Jeff Crammond Grand Prix game is on there. But yeah, that's what you have to do. Now with this one, Shane, it was even worse. Because this one was on 3 discs, Shane. Yeah, 3 discs. So basically, you put disc 1 in, yeah, and it brought up the start menu. And as soon as you wanted to start the races, you had to put in disc 2 for the tracks. And once you'd finished on disc 3, you had to put in, on disc 2, you had to put in disc 3, and then that was for the end results. And then before the next track, you had to put back in disc. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. I don't know how we survived the 90s, to be honest. I really don't know how we survived the 90s. No. But yeah, that was our lives. As I say, we didn't need the internet, because all we bloody did all day was swap discs over. Yeah. So there you go. Little history lesson for you there. That was the 90s. Now, of course, we had the Mega Drive, or Sega Genesis as it was known in the United States, because someone had the patent for Mega Drive in the United States. They couldn't use the name. But we had that, and that, of course, was on cartridges, which was a blessed relief, because all you had to do was plug the cartridge in, and away you went. That was why I loved the Sega Mega Drive, and I still love it today. I really do. I was a Sega fanboy way before I was a PlayStation fanboy, and I just loved the Sega Mega Drive. Just stick the cartridge in, and when you're finished, you pull it out and you put another cartridge in. You couldn't beat it. You couldn't beat it. Yes. You could not beat it, I have to say. Hookster starting the vid with TVM music. TVM started when Hookster completed his last work shift. Yes, you're quite correct. You're quite correct. Hello, Mr. Plynall Plessy. Welcome to the stream. He said, someone once made a song about the Pacific Grand Prix team. Unfortunately, it was all in French. Damn. The Caterham is first. But one of the lyrics, which I can translate in English, says, my lap times are super. 10 seconds slower than Johnny Herbert. He was a good one, wasn't he? Yeah, he was a good one. F1 2012 tier system has gone haywire. Yes, it has. The Caterham could be dropping into the big list on Saturday. Like in the 1990s and early 2000s, everybody seemed to have been having a crack at making an F1 game. Oh, I quite agree with you, Shane. There was far too many. I mean, look at the F1 99 season. I remember at least, I think it was four games made on the F1 99 season alone. I think there might have been more than that, because it then translated to PS2, and I think a couple of those were of the 99 season as well. So it may have been 5 or 6, but yeah, just ridiculous. Ridiculous. But then, of course, it went exclusive only in 2003, and everybody started moaning then that there was no choice. We just got to do the Sony one. That's boring. That's boring. So, you know, you can't win either way, to be honest. You can either have too many or not enough. Not enough. The Hookster will be watching Top of the Pops tomorrow night, as it's got Steps and Bewitched. Oh, has it? Yes, I'll be watching that. I'll put that into my planner. Yes. Top of the Pops. Top of the Pops. Yes. The tiering system was a great idea at the time. Yes. Is that Sarah Cox on that smart meters advertisement? Looks like it. Probably is. Probably is. Yes. Before Sarah Cox was a DJ, she was on a poster for Wipeout where she had a bloodied no. Oh, wow. Wowzers. Wowzers. It ain't like Estie Bestie. Paul de Resta, best Sebastian Vettel in F3 Euro Series, and that did Paul fuck all. Yes. Paddock 69, the commentator. Hello, Mr. DJM9937. Welcome to the stream. He says, hello all. Yes, hello to you, sir. How you doing? And Mr. Helium Trophy as well. Hello, welcome to the stream. He says, what the hell? Yes, what the hell? Caledonia F1 says, to be fair, it was De Resta. We weren't expecting much. Commentating what? Dom is back after his other firing. Yes. Hopefully the Hookster will be watching this week's Top of the Pops. It's Emma Bunton and Jerry Halliwell on the same edition. Wowzers. Wowzers. Now that is what you call a proper sandwich, isn't it? Really, that's a proper sandwich there. Yeah, that's no messing about there. That is a proper sandwich. That's an Emma Bunton, Jerry Halliwell sandwich if ever I saw one. Yes, yes. There's no messing with that. There's no messing with that. Out of all the tracks Formula 1 have raced at, they haven't always raced at tracks as they are planned. There are tracks that Formula 1 already nearly raced at. Yes, true. Plana Please says the Hookster's reading clickbait. Yes. Yes. It is clickbait, I do admit. Yes. F1 oversteer. We don't trust them, do we? But it's all right to read it out during a live stream. Yes, but we don't trust them. No, if I do my proper videos, I like to get it from a trusted source. Yeah, it's a trusted source because you can get into a lot of trouble, or you can just be known as a clickbait channel, and I don't want that. Thank you very much. I don't do things for views and clicks. No. I just do stuff that interests me, and I've got no interest in sitting here every day churning out a video with absolutely no truth in it whatsoever. No truth whatsoever. I'd rather just not bother, to be honest, than do that. There is a certain channel that's on the internet right now that's doing that. Yes, every single video is complete and utter clickbait. I'm not going to tell you who it is. No, but they're out there, and they keep getting recommended in my feed for some unknown reason. I don't know, but yes, but they're just pure clickbait. Yes, none of the videos are true. Every single word he says is just rumour and speculation. But there you go. If that's the route he wants to take, then fine. And good luck to you. Good luck to you. But it's not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Because once you get that reputation, you can't shake it off. And then eventually people get wise to it. And then the views and the likes start going down. And the channel ends up dead. So there you go. Mind you could say mine's been dead for years. So what difference does it make? Just stick enough bullshit until it lands. That's it. Yeah, you got it. Like Hanoi in Vietnam and Igora Drive in Russia are tracks Formula 1 nearly raced at. Yes, indeed, Shane. Planal Plessy, the spamming legend. Not is the right word. F1 Games PlayStation got over 1,000 views. Hurrah! Yes, I did. Hurrah! Hurrah! All for that F1 26 DLC coming soon. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Yes, can you believe it? Helium Trophy, the underdog leads. The Hookster hasn't had that many views since his WTF1 video. This is very true. This is very true. Yes. It's been a slow couple of years, I must admit. Yes. We need another WTF1. That's what we need. I don't know how, if I'm honest, says Mr. Helium Trophy. What's that? Zhuhai in China is another track Formula 1 nearly raced at. Yes. Ocon having a fallout is normal, to be honest, says Will. Fans are increasing because Max isn't winning. Yes, that could be it, Mr. DJM 9937. Fans are increasing because Max isn't winning. Oh, I just wanted to look at that. I forgot to keep my eye on WTF1 because if you remember, I reported a little while ago that they changed all their names to the Race Extra, but no, WTF1 at the moment is still WTF1. That's very, very strange. Very, very strange. Anyway, sorry about that. I just remembered it. So it could be being left as a sad monument to better times. Yeah, so it looks like that's the case, Mr. DJM99. Fans are increasing because Max isn't winning. Very strange. F1 Games PlayStation is a legend, says Mr. Rick. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. I think you're a legend as well. In fact, I think all of you are legends. Especially to be sitting here listening to this crap every Thursday night. You're definitely legends. Yes. Ferrari need to retire Lulu. They do. But Lulu needs to go on his own. He doesn't want to get sacked by Ferrari, or we don't want to end up with a Sebastian Vettel kind of situation, do we? Where he just gets worse and worse and worse. We want Lulu to say, lads, listen, I've had a great innings, but I think it's time for me to go. So 2026 is going to be my last season. Thanks so much for all your support. You've been awesome as always. And here's to the next chapter. That's what he needs to do. That's what Lulu needs to do. Yes. We don't want to get right to the end of the year and then suddenly Ferrari say, oh, we're not going to have Lulu next year, because that would be horrible. Horrible. Come on, he's been in the sport a very long time. Lulu, do the honourable thing. Announce it before you go. Don't just leave it till the end of the season and then get dropped, because that would be terrible. Especially for us as fans. I've always said I've always been a fan of Lulu. He lost me after about 2010, but I'm still a fan of Lewis Hamilton, and I always will be. And I don't want to see him just disappear like that, and with no ceremony or whatever. He's been in the sport a long time. So Lulu, just come out and say it. Just come out and say it, Lulu. Say no, I'm out of here, and then you can have a nice rest of the season, no pressure on you, and just enjoy the races again. Because I think that's the problem. He's just not enjoying the races. And that's what he needs to finish off his season and finish off. You got to say a great career as well. A great career. He's a fantastic career. 7 times world champion. There's not a lot of drivers. Well, there isn't a lot of drivers that can say that they've been 7 times world champion. No. So yeah, great result. And of course, lots of people come out with the usual argument. Yeah, he only won the championship because he's in the best car. Yes, of course you can lay claim to that argument, and I agree with you. Yeah, he did win the championship because he was in the best car, but that happens to lots of drivers in championships, that they're in the best car, so they're going to win it. That that applies, but you can't really blame him for that just because he was in the best car. I mean, he went to Mercedes when they really weren't top tier, were they? They weren't really top tier. I mean, he just sort of taken over from Michael Schumacher, hadn't he? And they weren't really top tier. They did get there, obviously, with the new hybrid regulations in 2014. But, they weren't quite there. So, yeah. He was in the best car. So, obviously, he's going to win. But Sebastian Vettel in the Red Bull at the time was in the best car. And he won 4 championships. So, you can lay claim to everyone, really. It's not really their fault, is it, if you're in the best car? It means that they've actually made good decisions in where they moved to. Unlike Daniel Ricciardo, who made terrible decisions where he moved to. Constantly. So, yeah, fair play to him. So, yeah, he's had a great career. Nothing can be taken away from his career. It's been great. They did gain F1 fixed viewership when he saw Max middle of the pack. Yes. I did notice that both those videos got taken down. Yes. He, of course, says it's a complete contrivance, but unfortunately, Mr. Jimmy Fixit has no idea about how copyright works. His video today is actually shown on screen, all the marks that they've put in where he's shown copyrighted material, and it's like a shopping list, and he still thinks, no, I was all right. No, I wasn't doing anything wrong. Now, I've been on here for 12 years, and I've had to deal with copyright loads of times. What a lot of people don't realise is your YouTube video gets scanned. Sometimes it clears through, and you think, oh, that's fine. But your YouTube video is constantly scanned over and over again. I've just been copyrighted for a video I made 10 years ago. 10 years ago. You'd think after a while YouTube don't bother scanning through. No, that is incorrect. YouTube will constantly scan your video for years and years and years. Like I say, I've just been copyrighted for one I made 10 years ago. So sometimes it goes through the system and you're okay, and then it will get done later on. That's exactly what happens to his videos. He releases them, and it takes them time to keep going over it to see how much copyright's in there. And so he manages to do it for about a day or whatever, then they get copyright, because of course they are, because that's exactly what he's doing. His video that got copyrighted, he was basically showed the whole of the highlights of the Miami Grand Prix, and all he kept doing was stopping and starting it, and then talking his balls, in the middle of it, and then starting it again. That is not transformative content, which is how fair use works. It's not even remotely like that at all. And all he'd done was he'd slowed it down a little bit, which is like, I don't know, a third of the speed. But you could still hear everyone's voices. They sounded pretty clear. So, you can't do that. You have to transform the content. The only way you could do that is if he was full screen of his face, which he's not ever going to do, is he? No. Full screen of his face, and then the F1 bits in a tiny little screen, and then he's reacting to those bits. That's the only way he'd get away with it. And he'd still have to transform the content. So as a lot of people have said, you do the clips out of order. So you don't do it from the start to the finish. You like start at the end and then go backwards or whatever. That confuses YouTube. So that's the way you get away with it. But you can't just, and he had it all in full screen as well. This is the worst bit. You can't just have the whole of the highlights in full screen and go, no, that's fair use. No, it isn't fair use because they own that content. That's their content. If copyright didn't exist, the world would be in turmoil because we could just record and copy anything. And piracy would be up there in the stratosphere. And, that would be it. That would be it. That's why copyright exists. To protect the people who make the content. How would you like it if you made something and 30 seconds later it was stolen and someone else rebroadcasted it and got like millions of views and you were sat there with 1,000? How would you feel about that? You'd be pretty pissed off, wouldn't you? So that's why copyright exists. So that people can't do that. Just amazing. Amazing. That some people can't work that out. Yeah. Basically, in regards to anything F1, you shouldn't use anything at all. Nothing at all. You shouldn't even go to the F1 website and use anything that's on there. That's the only way you'll be fine with the copyright. But if you're gonna use some clips just to sort of demonstrate what you're talking about, to try and emphasise what you're talking about, then basically keep them under about 10 seconds. 7 seconds maximum. And that's it. Don't use any more than 7. But that doesn't mean that you go through the whole video just showing 7 seconds and then pausing it and talking. That doesn't count either. You've got to just show 7 seconds of a certain scene, what you're just trying to describe. And that's it. That's the only way you get past the censors. But it's just crazy how people misuse fair use and think, oh yeah, it's all right, I can do that. No, you can't. That's why copyright exists. I believe in copyright. I do, because otherwise it'd just be chaos. Everything would just get copied and everyone would steal everything from everybody. And the world would be a lot worse place. So copyright is there for a reason. And I do agree with it. Lewis Hamilton can still do a job, kind of. Bad news, the Canadian Grand Prix is on the same time as the Indy 500. I know what I'll be watching. Yes. I actually thought it was Canada this week. I mean, what's it going to be? A 3-week gap again? Strange. Great. Any old bollocks, says Helion Trophy. Wowzers, me trousers. Congrats to Spotify for turning 20 years old. Green and black storming. Yes. I got halfway through the fixed video before I fell asleep. It's funny you say that, Mr. Caledonian F1, because that's every fixed video. He's better than Nitol. Yes, he should be sponsored in all his videos by Nitol. Because you don't need anything to send you to sleep. Just put on a fixed video, yeah, and after 5 minutes you will be asleep because it'll be the same things every single video. So it sort of resets your brain every time you listen to it and sort of sends you into those sleep waves, yeah, because it's the same thing. Within 30 seconds, there'll be some kind of contrivance. There'll be billionaires mentioned, yes, billionaires, and how the world is all controlled by at least just 6 people. 6 people control the whole of the world. It's all a contrivance. Yes, they copyrighted me because they don't want the facts to come out. And within a minute, you're tell you, it's brilliant. Better than Nitol. Really is. I thoroughly recommend Jimmy Fixit. He's great. Love him. What do you think about this year being the first year since 2003 that no race was held in the Middle East if the Qatar and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix gets cancelled this year, Dave? Well, as I said, I think last week, Shane, I'm pretty sure that the Qatar and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix will get cancelled because obviously the area is still in dispute, and one of the rules for F1 is that they don't go near areas that are in dispute. I know they did a couple of years ago go to, I can't remember which Grand Prix it was, and there was some rockets firing above or whatever, but that was like local militia or whatever. It wasn't the same situation as what we got now with Iran against the United States. That's a totally different kettle of fish. So any disputed area they don't go to, because obviously it's too much of a risk to life. And you've got a lot of, you've got a lot of sports stars and what have you, which is very, very risky to go near a country that, as I say, is basically throwing missiles at other countries. And so that's too risky. So I don't think, unless things calm down drastically in the next few months, I can't see that we'll end up in those 2 Grand Prix. They might still go to Abu Dhabi because, of course, it's the last Grand Prix and it's very late into the year. I think it's going to be December again, isn't it? I think for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, there's a possibility that they may go there if things have really settled down by then. I can't see going to Qatar though, to be honest. Can't see that. So we will see what happens. But yes, I think there's a strong possibility that we'll either end up in Las Vegas or in the Brazil Grand Prix if they can swap them around. Because I'd love to see Brazil as the final in 2026 as opposed to Las Vegas, which is basic yawn fest. Next week, 2010, the year in which the greatest F1 team existed. Yes, the Virgin team. Yes, the Virgin team. The only team on Formula 1 that never went all the way. That joke never gets old. Never gets old. No. Unlike me. Hookster did 2 seasons driving the Virgin as he forgot the contract he signed was for them to renew the contract. Yes, I did. Those 3 new teams in 2010. Oh, who can forget those 3 new teams in 2010? They were the greatest. Of course, that was an attempt to get smaller teams, wasn't it, back into Formula 1, because over the years before that, a lot of the smaller teams had left and, it was all basically big teams, so they wanted to get some of them back. So we had the 3 teams not back into, but for the first time in Formula 1. And didn't they do well? Everyone? No, not at all. Shane, you always talk about the Middle Eastern races. Yes, he does. Viewing figures have increased after getting rid of Horner, says Dave. Yes, I think they have as well. Yes. Caledonia F1 says the 3 new teams were great. Yes, they were. I agree. He and Travy says to GGM99, would be nice if we got rid of Toto as well. Yeah, it would be nice if we got rid of Toto. Toto Wolf. Yes. He must be well happy that the engine that Mercedes designed and has now been farmed out to quite a few other teams is doing very well. He must be very happy. Well done, Toto. Give yourself a pat on the back. Yes. Give yourself a pat on the back. You could sort of say manipulation is in order there, couldn't you, really? Really? Yes. Really? But there you go. Now, of course, we have to justify that by saying that some other teams did build their own engines, of course. We've got Audi with their own engine. And we've got Honda with their new engine that they built from scratch. And that's doing very, very well. GB2 engine. So, yes, there are other teams that have built the engine. But obviously, the people that designed the engine in the first place was Mercedes. So even the Audi designs are based on, the specifications that Mercedes originally came up with. Yes. So well done, Mercedes. Yes, well done indeed. I mean, Audi, let's be honest. I mean, I only ever watch the highlights of the Grand Prix because that's all I get on my television. But I hardly ever see Audi, to be honest. And how well are they doing? Not very well at all, are they? But it's, if you look back to last year, though, as the Stake Saubers, I think they did better last year than they're doing this year, to be fair. So, yeah. And Honda, well, let's just put that engine in the bin, to be honest, because it's not very good at all, is it? Not very good at all. So other teams can build these engines. Now, of course, we've got Red Bull with their own powertrains engine, which they've built for this year in partnership with Honda, of course, who have built the electrical side of the engine, so the battery and all the stuff that goes with that. And yeah, they're not doing that good either, are they? So the only engine manufacturer that's doing really good at the moment is Mercedes. Yeah, Mercedes. Yes. Now, of course, I almost forgot. Of course, Ferrari. Yes, Ferrari have also designed their own engine, and they're doing pretty decent. They're doing Ferrari decent, aren't they? Let's face it. The strategies are always disastrous, but then that's part of the course with Ferrari. Everything they do in terms of strategy is an absolute disaster. Yeah. But in terms of performance, I think they're basically on that Ferrari level. They're not good, but they're not bad either. So, yeah. Can't beat a Ferrari engine. Yes. Everyone will be playing Forza Horizon 6 instead of the rubbish F1 DLC. Yes, I think you're probably right. Is it coming to PlayStation as well, is it? Is it coming to PlayStation? I know, was it the last one was on PlayStation, wasn't it? Forza Horizon 6, says Mr. Rugara. Well, don't you realise this year could be the first year since 2003 without a race in the Middle East? Yes, it could be, Shane. We all knew that, Shane, says Will. I'll be playing F1 2011 for the PlayStation Vita, says Caledonia F1. Oh my goodness. The PlayStation Vita. Yes, I have seen that game being played on the Vita on a YouTube video. It looks sensational. It does. It looks really, really great. DGM says, I like all the bosses, but not Horner. Shane says, because you know between 2004 and 2025, we haven't had a Formula 1 season without a race in the Middle East. Sure right. $20 million in debt is madness, says Mr. Ruger. It is. I agree. Absolute madness. Madness. But what's worse than that, Mr. Ruger, is they put themselves in that situation themselves because they wanted to buy EA outright, and EA is a massive company, absolutely massive. They wanted to buy EA outright, and the only way they could do that is to get a loan. And so they loaned $20 billion so they could pay to buy EA outright. But of course, it's a loan. It's got to be paid back at some point. And obviously, $20 billion, you've got the interest on that as well. You can imagine how much the monthly payments are on that. It's a horrendous amount. I've never seen, I mean, obviously it does happen, but I've never seen in regards to video game publishers a situation where somebody borrows $20 billion just to buy you out, because they've still got to pay back that $20 billion. And then only once they've done that are they going to start making any money. It's very, very weird. Very, very weird. Will says, do you like the Middle East races, Shane? Caledonia F1 says EA have been taking notes at RBS in 2008. Yes. Helium Trophy says him and Horner were the bickering sisters as bad as each other. Oh, I agree. Plan of Places says get R. Kelly on the all seasons rubbish. Oops. I believe I can fly. I can believe I can touch the sky. I'm not going to go any further. Yes, I do, says Shane. Planal Plessy, really. F1 fan gamer calls Horner a hedgehog. Oh my goodness. Horner the hedgehog. Yes. Doesn't really rhyme as much as Sonic the Hedgehog, does it? No. Horner the hedgehog. One decides to like a bit on the side. The other couldn't give a fuck about driver safety. This is true. This is true. As long as they return on his investment is high. Yes. Shane says, why did you ask me if I like the Middle East races? The Middle East races are solid, to be honest. They are not. Bahrain is, but the rest need to go. Just like the regulations of 2026. So I just know. I made a mistake there, says Shane. I meant I didn't think there were any years in the 1990s where we didn't have an F1 game came out. No worries, Shane. Get Sarah Cox on the all seasons rubbish. I do like her name. It's a very, 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 very nice name. And probably factually correct as well. Yeah, probably factually correct. Yes. Yes, there is a clip of Sarah on the Big Breakfast Show. Wowzers, back in the 90s, I think it is, where she was asked a question and she very, very honestly gave an answer. Yes, that nobody was expecting, but yes, she gave an answer. So go check it out. Yes, it's great. Yes, and it kind of fits in with her second name. Yes, fits in with her second name. Yes. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on, Dave. Let's move on. Will says the 2026 regs are crap. Yes, they are, Will. Yes, they are. And what's worse is they're trying to tempt us by saying, "Oh, it's all right because the V8's going to come back." It's like when your favourite football team suddenly starts going downhill fast, and then they get rid of the manager. Now, I'm speaking theoretically because I've never watched football. The only football I ever watch is when they do a quick spot on Sky News. That's all I know about football. But yeah, so when your favourite football team starts going downhill, and then they get rid of the manager, and then like the boss comes on and says, "Oh look, it's okay, we're restructuring. It's all going to be fine. In a few years, we are going to be the team to beat." This is exactly what's happened with this V8 engine debacle, hasn't it? It's 5 years away. It's 5 years away. So they're saying, "Oh yeah." So what they're doing is they're waving a carrot in front of us, hoping that we're going to say, "Oh, it's all right," because in 5 years' time the V8s will be back. So we'll just gut out. We'll just stick with these races for the next 5 years. 5 years, everyone. 5 years. I can't do maths. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 4, 104, 108, 100. It's about 120 races. Yes. It's about 120 races. I can't do maths. No. Terrible at maths. It's about 120 races before the V8 engines come back. And don't forget, that's spread over 5 years. You've got the big winter breaks in between. You've got 5 winter breaks in between that of 4 months before it comes back again. So when you look at it like that, that's a huge amount of time. And the fact is, Formula One in its current state, nobody will probably be watching in 5 years' time. So when the V8 engines do come back, nobody's going to care. They're going to, "What? Oh, I'm not watching that no more. I ain't watched that for years, mate." So, stupid. Absolutely stupid. The V8 should be coming back for 2027. That's what they should. And then at least we've got this season and we can just say, okay. We know it's going to be a bad season. We'll just write it off. We'll watch it till the end. And then say, thank God that's over. It's like a bad F1 video game, innit? F1 2015. We all know how appalling that was, but we just said, "Oh, it's all right, we'll just cut it out because we know next year will be better." And that's what they should have been doing with Formula One in real life right now. They should say, "No, we'll bring the V8s back next year, and we'll all be fine about it." And go, "No, it's okay. We'll just cut it out until next year." But no, it's 5 years down the line. 5 years down the line. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But there you go. Caledonia F1 says the Sega Mega Drive is the best name for a It is. It is. Just unfortunate that America had to call it the Genesis. Yes, because someone in America had the patent for the name Mega Drive, so they couldn't use it. They tried, but they couldn't use it because it was already patented. And you can't get past those patents. No, you can't. Matthew 7657 says, I've seen a floppy before. I'm not going to go there, Matthew. I'm not going to go there. I think you're leading me down a path which I'm not going to follow. TB Naked does Will F1. Yes. My dad once put his darts results on floppy disk. Nice. Yes. Darts results. I used to put everything on floppy disks. I used to have all these like spreadsheet programs. I used to put my shopping list onto a floppy disk. Everything just went on. I mean, it is just what you did back in the day then. Everything was on a floppy disk. Yes. Great stuff. Love the floppy disk. Bring back the floppy disk is what I say. There's a slight problem with that though. I think the maximum you could get on a floppy disk was about 700 megabytes or something like that anyway, which would possibly be about 3 MP3 tunes, and that's about it. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to get video on a floppy disk. Well, you would do probably about 10 seconds, and it would be like 90s flip phone quality of video. You'd get it on there. I mean, there's nothing to say you can't transfer video to a floppy, because if you've got a file, it will go onto the floppy. I don't know whether it'll read it or not though. Probably not. But it will go on there. Definitely go on there. But I probably won't read it. But if it did, it'd be 10 seconds and that'll be filled up. Yes, filled up with your floppy. Back in the day. Great. Shane says, sometimes I wish we could watch these scenes. Shrek carrying Fiona over his shoulder and Sinbad carrying Moon over his shoulder. But it's a shame you'll get a copyright. Yes, it is Shane. Yes. Oh God, says Mr. Agar. No, we shouldn't watch any of those. It is irrelevant. Exactly, Plynal. We shouldn't watch any of what, says Shane. Caledonian says, I remember when magazines were good and you got high quality items with the magazine. You sure did. You sure did. I used to have one called PSW magazine. It was obviously a PlayStation World magazine. And you get a free DVD every single month. A free DVD. I'm just going over to my little pouch here now. This room, which is my spare bedroom, but I use it as the office. This room is so full of shit. It's unbelievable. I've got shit everywhere in this room. Right, here we go. I got tons of these. PSW Volume 44. You used to get these free with your magazine every month, and it's a DVD. In case you were wondering, there it is. Look, DVD. See, DVD. And these would contain previews of games, reviews of games, lots of. In fact, hang on a minute. I may be able to do something. Give me a minute. This one's a bit greasy. It's got something on it. Let me wipe down this one. There we go. Right, the clue is in the look of the disc. With those letters on it, it means it was a PS2 disc. But it was a standard DVD. So you could put it in your PlayStation 2 or your computer. Now luckily, this computer, one of the reasons why I got it. It's because it was one of the last computers I think they've made, which has still got a DVD drive on it. So here's what you did. You used to get your PSW magazine. Hang on, I've got to make myself full screen because I've got to show me video file. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Windows 11 has not got a DVD player on it. They've removed the DVD player from Windows 11. So if you load up a DVD, you've got no way of playing it because there's no DVD. Show more options. Come on. I've got quite a few DVD player software on here. Unbelievable. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm just trying to find something that will play it. I don't want to decrypt it. I want to play it. Play it. Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. But you can tell this is live. Where on earth can I play it? Unbelievable. I've got no way of playing it because they've removed the DVD from Windows 11. Oh my god. See, physical media, they don't want it. They don't want it anymore. They don't want it anymore. Where the hell is my... Here we go. Cool. At last. At last. Right. Let me see if I can get that over to you. Right. Get rid of that. Get rid of myself. Right, here we go. I finally found something that plays DVDs. This is actually my software that I use to edit the videos with. So there you go. So you get your PSW magazine every month. And then you get a DVD in it. So you'd press the DVD. And then the magic would happen. Yes, the magic would happen. You have to wait about 30 seconds for it to load. That's the magic. Yeah. Magical times. DVD. Oh! Oh, it's giving me chills. And that's what you get. You get news, reviews, previews, specials, exclusive solutions and bonus material. Look at that. Look at that. And you get some funky 90s music as well. And so you could play this in a DVD player, your PS2 or whatever. And yeah, you could just play each section as you went. So let's have a look at the news. Let's have a look at the news. I think this is 2001, 2002. I'm not quite sure. But let's see what the news was back on PSW, issue 45.
Capcom's stylish thriller was originally a GameCube exclusive, but it's now been announced for PS2 as well.
All you gotta do is pull the trigger.
Its moody noir looks are nothing like the kiddie games usually seen on GameCube, however, with the violent story being told in black shadows and red gore.
Let's go to the next one. Oh, this is better. Oh,
If you
yes.
took a long, hard, one-handed look at Dead or Alive Volleyball on the Xbox last year, you'll no doubt be wondering where the PS2 equivalent is. Simon & Schuster are hoping that the latest in their outdoor games will help fill the void with this violent and naughty spin on the sport.
Where do I buy this?
The female characters are all well modelled, with plenty of bounce and wobble.
Oh,
And the male characters probably are too.
can't beat the bounce or wobble. Bloody hell.
There are loads of mini-games to play, as well as a tournament mode that will allow you and your partner to progress through the ranks. You can also get into some nasty cat fights if you're in the mood, so start sharpening those claws.
Oh, yes. Yes, these were the days. Oh, where do I buy this game? Outlaw volleyball.
Anyone who enjoys
Oh
a
god,
hearty
please, no.
adventure-based...
Next. Oh, there you go. That's your news for 2001. Right, reviews we had. What reviews have we got? England International Football. Gran Turismo Prologue. Transformers. Haunted Mansion. Right, let's go for Turismo 4 Prologue. Of course, you knew I was going to click on that one.
Gran Turismo 4 is the holy grail for PS2 petrolheads, and its frustratingly long gestation period has led developers Polyphonic to put out this Prologue edition. It's essentially a standalone tutorial that will allow you to hone your skills with a new physics engine in time for the main event later this year. Consisting of 5 tracks and around 50 cars to drive around them, there's a remarkably wide selection for what is effectively a demo.
GT4.
Prologue allows you to just race the 5 tracks, but to unlock all the cars, you'll have to complete the extensive and annoying driving school. This whole section is a real thorn deep in the neck of the game, and its poor design and frustrating structure become irritating before too long. It starts too easy, then suddenly ramps up to frustratingly difficult. By the time you've made it to the 5th section of the school, you'll find yourself in races lasting upwards of 15 minutes, where a single mistake, either running off the track or so much as touching another car, will see you fail the test. Rather than pushing your driving skills, it merely pushes your patience and determination far past its limits. There are also no tuning options, so don't expect to be able to get under the bonnet. In Prologue, what you see is what you get. Despite this though, the driving itself is still great, and the new tracks look gorgeous. It's a budget release, and it'll certainly whet your appetite for the full-blown sequel later this year. If you're new to the series, however, you might be better off buying GT3, which has far more game and can be found for a similar low price. Although this is fundamentally a gaming snack and some considerable distance from the undoubted majesty of the real thing, when the snack in question is made from such fine ingredients and tastes so damn good, it's hard to feel let down. At this price, Gran Turismo 4 Prologue is a recommended purchase for all those who want to sample the finest driving game the world has to offer. Just bear in mind that a sample is all you'll get, and that while your appetite may be whetted, it certainly won't be sated.
Nice. What else we got? James Bond. James Bond. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to die. Oh, that's just cheats. I think that's just cheats. Where's the menu? Where's the menu? Is it on here? Main menu, there you go. There we go. Right, so I think we've done the review. Yeah, previews. What else we got? Previews. Previews. Star Wars Battlefront. Oh my goodness. Star Wars Battlefront. Wait, did I see The Simpsons on there? Yeah, I didn't on reviews. Oh, no, it went on there. Where was it? Where did I see The Simpsons? Sure, I saw The Simpsons. Driver free! Oh my goodness.
This is my destiny. Only child.
Oh, that's boring. It's interviews. We don't want interviews. So excited for this now. So excited. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Flat out. Oh my goodness. Right, where did I see The Simpsons? Where did I see The Simpsons? I'm sure I saw The Simpsons somewhere. Where's it gone? No, it's not there. Is it specials? No. Previews. Star Wars Battlefront. Oh my goodness. Who remembers Star Wars Battlefront? This is not Star Wars Battlefront. What's this? Did I press the wrong one? Did I press the wrong one? Now the navigation on these DVDs is a little bit complicated. As you can tell. Little bit complicated. Bonus material. I haven't done that one yet. Richard Burns Rally. Oh wowzers. The hardest rally game ever made.
Wait, think, breathe, concentrate. 10 seconds to go. I put the car into gear. 5 seconds to go. Floor the throttle. 0.
It's always a challenge to create a game that sets out to be the most realistic of its kind. In the world of rally games, this title belongs
It sure
to
was
Richard Burns
realistic, I admit. Anyway, I think we've done it. Have we done it all? Still don't know where that bloody Simpsons was. Perhaps I was imagining it. Can't find it now. I think I'm going mad. England. Specials. Come on, where's the Simpsons? No, it's not the news, is it? We've had that already. Let me go through this one by one. Mashed! That was it. Mashed, that's what we were watching. Mashed. I must have been high on life because I can't see the Simpsons. I can't have been there. I must have been imagining it. I must have been getting too excited and thinking it was there, but it wasn't. And this is under solutions. Oh, that's it. I wasn't imagining it. The Simpsons. Oh, it's just solutions, I think, isn't it? Ah, look at this.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I remember this in the GTA games. It used to give me vertigo. This bit with the drunk driving. No!
Ow! My
Ow!
neck!
Homer Simpson's definitely based on me, you know.
Ow! My head!
Yeah, god damn it!
It is.
Yeah, perishing kids.
Bloody generic villain. Eat my gut! The important thing is I'm not imagining these guys. Let's do this thing! Oh, come on! Ow,
Yeah,
my
Marge.
head. I'm a lean, mean speed thingy!
Rhymes are just a suggestion, like underpants. Anyway, there you go. That's enough of that rubbish. So that's what we used to have for entertainment back in the day. Back in the day. Blimey. Blimey. I'll get back to the comments here. Congratulations to Stefano Domenicali for winning the championship with Ferrari and making solid regulations for 2026. Please no Shane says Will. What does irrelevant mean? My man had a load of floppy disks, says Helium Trophy. Nice. The 26 regs are liquid shit. Lando Norris to be one of the drivers of the year 2026. Like Dave, I would love to play Nigel Mansell's World Championship racing on the SNES. Yes. Perez will be at 300 races at the end of this season. Norris definitely not. Say the words, Will. Can we watch Grand Prix on the Atari 2600, Dave? We could do, Shane, but I haven't actually got an Atari 2600. Hookster will never read all of these comments. True. Steve Benway had a video of the first one. Why are you saying please no to me? If I do no fix spoof video. Sega vroom vroom. We are not watching Shrek and Fiona. No. Dave will read all the comments just in time to watch the clock on BBC One to close down the station for the night. You're right there. Most people were sensible and had consoles. Yes. Why are we not watching Shrek and Fiona? Lando Norris to defend his championship after being 3 doors down like the music group. It is not important, Shane. When pigs fly, Shane. Bring back the Pacific Grand Prix team. I mean, sire. What do you mean it's not important? Norris winning another championship is never going to happen. Come on, Shane. You know it's not important. How is it not important? Shane, stop now. Shrek has nothing to do with this stream. No. Jesus Christ, it's got that far. Sebastian Vettel has had a better career than Fernando Alonso. Like I always love seeing Sinbad carry a moon. Yes, he has. I meant next week for Emma Button and Jerry Halliwell being on. Thank you, Plynal. Can we time out, Shane, please? Exactly. Shane needs timing out. Why are you telling me to time out? Why do I need time? Shane, stop spamming the same comments 10 times because you're spamming. Shane has extreme excitement over DreamWorks film for 2000, which almost bankrupt the entire company. Yeah, I did hear it. It did that. Where's my... there it is. Hookster needs to have mods, says Plynal Plessy. Plynal Plessy... oh, hang on. I've lost it again. I've lost it again. I've lost it again. Okay, R. Kelly. Where do I get to? Where did I get to? Oh my god, there's so many comments here. I'm going to be here all night. I'm going to be here all night. Where did I get to? Where did I get to? I've lost all the comments now. Right, here we go. Shane needs time out. Shane stopped us 10 times because you're spamming. Hookster needs to have mods. Plan of Plessy is catching the spamming. Quite the accomplishment, Shane Coburn. Do you still go on about 2021? Do they still go on about 20? Yes, they do. What do you mean I have extreme excitement? Right. Oh, well, one person does go on about 2021 every bloody day. Have you watched Sinbad Legends of the Seven Seas? Well, Shane, you talk about Sinbad's Lift of a film I've never watched. What happened in 2021? Oh, Kimi Raikkonen raced his last season. That guy was a legend. 352 races. Well, it did happen and I just love it all the time. The guy who couldn't be bothered with Pele because he was having a shit. Yes. Lewis Hamilton needs to go out and do a Le Mans. Hamilton will probably go do his fashion. So what do you think of the Zhou International Circuit Day, which was the first racetrack built in China? I have seen it, yeah. I don't think I was that impressed with it. Lewis Hamilton needs to go and do a touring car race. Yes, he does, Mr. Caledonian. I would love to see Lewis Hamilton doing a touring car. Now, Hamilton is not for Le Mans. They probably won't know that track, Shane. If Mansell could do it, then so should Hamilton. It'd be crazy if Verstappen, Vettel, Alonso in the same great WEC team. Who's he with these days? Do you know that track? Formula 1 almost raced there in 1999 before it got cancelled. I know, Shane. Alonso will only do the Le Mans if Max is doing it. We don't need lots of comments about tracks all the time. Such a shame that Zanardi never got to do the Indy 500 because of the split that happened during 1996. Yeah. So you know Formula 1 almost raced in Zol before it got cancelled in 1999. Crazy Vettel, the guy everyone called a car merchant because social media was a thing and they thought Newey was racing with an Atari 2600 joystick. F1 should do a race at Knock Hill just for fun. Did you know that in Zahura I was watching Sinbad carrying someone's shoulder in a film I'd never heard of? Zanardi, the one man that could reduce grown men to tears. Yes. Hello, Mr. Joshi. Welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome to the stream. You're very well. I'm sorry I've been so long before I got to your comments. Jesus. As you can see, I get quite a lot of comments from people. Yes, I get a lot of comments. Bottom says, Mr. Joshi now. That's a name I've not heard in years. Big update. Oh, thank you, mate. And the same to you. You're doing exceptionally well. I'm still a subscriber, so don't worry. I'm still here for you, mate. So don't worry. But yeah, you're doing really well as well, mate. So you keep it up. Look, you got fans in the chat as well. Look, you got fans in the chat, Mr. Joshi. Big up the chat. Hope you're all well. Yeah, we're doing all right, mate. It's going to take 5 hours for Dave to get to your comments. Ain't that the truth? In Sinbad Legend of the Seven Seas, Carrie Moonett. All good. He's number one. Will says Fixed is 50-something years old. Actually, I don't think he is, because he's James Atkins 8888. Or 888. Now, most people, they do this subconsciously. They include their birthday in their username. It's a subconscious thing that your brain does, and you really can't get over it. I did exactly the same. Dave Hook 1969. So I think the 888 is actually his date of birth, which is 1988. So that would put Mr. Fix-It at about 38 years old. And I think he is about 38 years old because he sounds about 38 years old, to be fair. Yes, he does also sound like a 50-year-old man, but I'm talking what he actually is. And I think he is about 38 years old. Fixed as age 50 years is true. That's true. The same age as Brian Harvey for me, 17. Both of them ramble about such rubbish. Mr. Joshi's plan player. Will you stuff to me in the past? Big up, Will, says Mr. Joshi. Quite likely. Fix sounds like he's 50. Yeah, he does sound like he's 15. Planet Plenty says, I still am. I just haven't watched your channel in a long time. There you go. There you go. Does anybody like the scene in the Simpsons movie where Homer threatens to call Bart chicken for life and sing at his wedding in chicken language? Bart, but yes. Yeah, I've seen that movie. Very, very good it was as well. Just basically talking about Tumblr. That's awesome, mate. No worries, says Mr. Joshi. Mr. Regara says, Juan Manuel Fangio and Michael Schumacher are the GOATs. Yes, they are. I remember Michael saying he watches one of the streams some weeks ago. Well, I've another set of YouTube videos that send me to sleep. Scuderia, Ferrari and Formula 1 are almost as old. No chance of that. Miami could become a solid racetrack. Well, Virgin were the only one of the three new teams to score points, even if it was under Marussia and later Manor. It could be the new Barcelona or Hungary. Definitely not, says Will F1. Certainly has the celebrity vibe down too. In the Simpsons movie, if Bart hadn't gone with the dare, Homer would have renamed Bart Chicken. Yes. Miami needs to be gone, says Will. They were saying the same about Spain after 2020. You all got to give the sport a chance. They're doing all right. Helium Trophy says, I'd love Miami to piss off. There you go. There you go. Spain at least has history, says Will. Yes, it has. Planet Player says, Forza Horizon 6 will be on PS5, but that'll be at a later date. Doing so much testing at Spain didn't help. Yes, they're still trying some new tracks. Got to give them that at least. The PS Vita version of F1 2011 was just like F1 2009. The same developers, Sumo Digital. Yes. Shane says, I've been worried that EA is killing Codemasters. Yes, they have, unfortunately, and they will probably continue to do so. Sarah Cox is the one replacing Scott Mills on Radio 2 Breakfast Show, says Planet Plessy. Wowzers. Wowzers. Miami is shite, says Will. In the Simpsons movie, just think what would have been like if Homer had been called Bart. Nobody cares, says Planet Plessy. So I take it they'll put her in there. Nobody cares about what? Give the track time, it's only 1989. Oh, wait. Yeah, that bollocks. 125 out of 150 races. Shane Coburn is number one, says Mr. Regara. Oh, God. He is. F1 2015 is the worst F1 game on the PS4. Absolutely true, Mr. Caledonia F1. Helium Trophy, not now. McLaren Racing to win the championship, potentially. Definitely not. Musical chairs at number one. Funny old state, really. Sega shitty progressive rock band. Floppy Hookster, says Will. Thank you, Will. This is like the 2003 music list when I Ain't Got You was first and Crazy in Love beat it and Hey You'd won. Floppy ears. Sounds about right. 750... Oh, thank you, Mr. Helium Trophy. 750 megabytes you can get on a floppy. 750 megabytes. 2003, the year in which R. Kelly was number one for 4 weeks. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. I guess. 4 albums of a really short film. Papaya rules forever. Since it's a shame you'll get a copyright, I guess you would love to watch Shrek carrying for... I would, Shane, I would, but it is copyrighted, yes. Papaya rules suck. No, Shane. Dave is not going to watch that. They're very interesting rules, to say the least. Dave is not going to watch what? I remember getting a Nick Hancock's Football Nightmares VHS with Total Sport magazine with Anna Kournikova. Now we're talking quality. Now we're talking quality. I would have bought that, even though I have no interest in football whatsoever. I would have bought that if it had Anna Kournikova on the cover. Yes, because I am a man and I can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. No. McLaren might be the best run team in the sport. Dave is cleaning the disc. They are not. It resembled something more lads mag than a sports mag. When pigs fly. Dave's chair has broken. Yes, when pigs fly. There was also an F1 2000 season review that came out with the Formula 1 2001 game. Could put it into the disc. Yes. Dave's back has given out, says he. Yes, it has. It has. Can you look up Sinbad and Marino on Google Images, Dave? I can do, Shane, but I've got to read these messages out first, otherwise I'll be here all night. Download VLC. Yeah, I should do Canada. I should download VLC. It's ridiculous. I think that's the first time I've put a DVD in the computer, so I obviously didn't realise. But yeah, Windows 11, they took out the option to play a DVD, which I think is absolutely... It's a contrivance. That's what it is. Shall I do 100 videos about it, lads? Shall I? Shall I do 100 videos saying about the contrivance of Windows 11 actually removing the DVD option? Yes, I think I will. Coming soon. Not. The safety car almost crashed at Valencia on my F1 2012 career mode. Oh no. Yeah, that happened with the advent of Windows 10. Oh, actually, was it Windows 10 as well? Unbelievable. Canada, what is VLC, says Shane. It's a program, Shane, that means you can play DVDs on it and do a lot of other things as well. I think you can stream content on it as well. Through goes the catering. I had to get a DVD extension, says Hidden Show. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. Alonso took best non-title winning year after the bullshit safety car cost him the championship. No, you won't be able to. This all happened yonks ago. Shane's the type of person who still watches CBBS. CBBS is epic, says Mr. Regara. The Numberjacks is a heater, to be fair. Can you also look up Spiker Marina Google Images as well, please, Dave? VLC is an app that lets you play DVDs if you have something like Windows 11 that doesn't like DVDs. Helium Joe says, get an external drive. Yes, I should do. External drive may work. Why do you think I still watch CBBS? Good God, Plynal. Looks like the intro to a special episode of the All Seasons. Yes, it does. Kerwiz, the quiz with added whiz. Mr. Maker is pretty epic. Shaun the Sheep was a killer song. Oh God. Mikami Shinji. Beach volleyballers. Jesus, volleyball, man. Yes, yes. I've got to get that game. I've got to get that game now. Volleyball. Yes, 25 years too late. This must be from around 2003, says Caledon. Yeah, probably is about that, yeah. Go get 200 races, Lance Stroll. GT4 is my favourite Gran Turismo game. I agree. I think it's probably mine as well, to be honest. I think the DVD is from 2003, says Shane. Thanks, Shane. He will get there at Barcelona. PlayStation 2 game, that? Yes, it is. Lance Stroll getting to 200 races reminds me that anything is possible. As NMN would say, you better lose yourself. Spam and eggs. Goblin Commander. Dave is finding out how to get more ammo for James Bond on the PS2. Bacon. He is. Hookster will be here for hours. Planet Player says that Legends of Wrestling game in the preview section was also the last game to be made by Acclaim Entertainment. They shut down in September 2004. Canadonian says Driver 3 is unplayable on the PS3 due to the AI not working on level 2. Oh no. Oh no. Hookster will remain here for centuries. Driver 3 is one of my favourite open world games from my childhood. Yes. Driver, Harry Potter and the transgendered rigmarole. Oh my God. Harry Potter and the transgendered rigmarole. Love it. Love it. That should be the title of the next movie if they're going to make another one, which they probably will do. Once old, what's her name? Can't remember her name. The one who wrote it. Once she gets really, really old and gnarly. Well, she's almost there, but you know what I mean. Couple more years. Really old and gnarly and she needs a few bobs. She'll say, oh, let's do some more Harry Potters. Yes, I'll write some more books. Yes, yes. I'm sure she'll call it Harry Potter and the Transgendered Rigmarole. Anything to piss off that woman. Can't remember her name. Hermione, the actress, not the character. Yes, because they were sort of falling out, didn't they? Yes, sort of falling out. Harry Potter and the transgender. Dave should call KD to wake him up. Yes, yes. I don't know where he is this week. You clicked on the last one. What's KD? The Hookster will be here until 3 a.m. Crystal Racing's favourite driver of all time is Richard Burns. Yes. The game that's still going strong. KD is a guy who's been here the last 2 streams. Yeah. Paddock 69 may be losing his streak. I did send him out an invite when I started the stream, so I don't know. Don't know what's going on. This DVD has lots of stuff to watch, says Caledonia F1. It has. It has. He's literally had Felipe Massa form this year. Oh, you mean Seven Sisters, wherever it used to be called? Yes, Shane, yes. What do you mean, yes? They use Scissor Sisters. Homer after Moe's Mod. The Simpsons Hit and Run is my other open world games from my childhood. Yes, that's why I thought the Scissor Sisters. It said The Simpsons Road Rage when the game was actually The Simpsons Hit and Run. Oh, yes. They made a few mistakes on these discs as well. I forgot to mention that. Yes. Cool. I know someone who wanted cheats for Road Rage would be very disappointed. Oh, no. Oh, no. And the chat's gone again. Here we go. At which point you're swamped even more. Sinbad Legend is magic. No calendar for Paddock 69 who will have a DNS next to his name. Didn't turn up. And Helium Trophy's the leader at the moment. Meanwhile, the caterer is on the podium. The musical elevators where he gets the chat back to 25 minutes. The musical elevators while he gets the chat back to 25 minutes ago. DTN, rolling like Limp Bizkit. Nintendo Switch to Epic. He gets a lot of comments. Nozzer is such a ridiculous nickname. So, Dave, you're not impressed with the Zerlo International Circuit? No, not really, Shane. I think I've seen pictures of it. Dave went to watch a lot of the races in the 60s. Yes, 1860s. What do you mean Sinbad Legend is magic? TB naked, says Mr. Rugara. In 1988, the Hookster was 58 years old. Fix said he'd been watching F1 since the 80s, since his birthday. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I can't confirm that is his age, but my sort of detective skills have sort of come up with that. If he's going to call himself James Atkins 888, it's pretty obvious he was born in 1988. And if you looked at his LinkedIn profile, his famous LinkedIn profile, which is fake as anything, because as everyone knows, in the about section of your LinkedIn, you can fill it all in yourself. No one checks it. No one checks it. So unless someone actually knows that this is factually incorrect, no one pulls you up on it. No. But just for a laugh, about a year ago, I put my occupation down as astronaut for NASA. That was on there for a year. No one questioned it. I had astronaut for NASA. Nobody questioned it. No, because you can just put it in yourself. So anyway, his famous LinkedIn profile, if you look at the years when he did his Open University courses, okay, I think it was 2014 or whatever, that translates, if you ask Google, to what their age would have been back then when they were doing the university courses. So if you just add it all up, it tells me that he was born in 1988. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Hookster was 72 years old in 1997. Yes, fuck me, he'd be younger than me. Sinbad mocked Marina while he was carrying over his shoulders the storm of his dog Spite. Yes. What do you mean? Yes. Eventually Ferrari will win the championships again. Yes, they will. Not cutting my hair until Shane stops mentioning about things that are irrelevant to the channel. Fix has been watching F1 closely since Abu Dhabi 2021, along with a notepad. Yes. A notepad and a brain tumour, I think. Yeah. Ferrari won't win until 2050. How am I mentioning things that are irrelevant to this channel? Papaya rules are solid to be fairness, I suppose. Absolutely not. They always favour Lando Norris. No, do not look that up. Sinbad also used baby talk to Marina. Yes, do one of the videos and then you'll be like fixed. I will. I feel like I'm getting like him anyway, to be honest. Yes, because everything I'm starting to moan about these days, I'm telling you, it's just ridiculous. Everything I'm just moaning. Yes, I'm like a moaning old man. Yes. As Paddock said, with Italy, they had to correct their error, and the same with Hungary 2024. Hang on, they screwed Piastri over at Qatar and other races. Oh. Play music as well, yes. Eternal are also on top of the pops tomorrow, but there's only two of them. Louise left years ago, and Kelly Bryan left in 1999. Louise. Let's move on. Yes, let's move on. Slow pit stops are a part of racing. Eddie Irvine knows that too well. The safety car coming out at the end of Mexico was correct. Sarah loves Nozza, as some people call him. Get Peter Andre on this all season's rubbish. Oh my goodness. Paddock 69 supports a pretty great team. No wonder he's the greatest of all time. He's washed. Russell and Perez may end up with the parallel careers if Russell isn't careful. Adam Norris is a big tosser. Westlife is also on top of the pops tonight. They're flying without wings. Dave needs to buy a Panasonic DVD recorder so he could make a DVD of F1's greatest shits. Jeopardy music. Adam Norris. Perez was never seen as a championship caliber driver. Fix was wearing nappies when Senna won the titles. He wants to take us to court due to the fact that we did not rank him number one after his championship. Perez and Kobayashi Perez, where have we gone now? Perez and Kobayashi were the most 2010 drivers like. Russell's fault at the moment is making me leave an asterisk for now. He can pick it back up and remove it though. Fix still wears nappies. Fix has issues. He sure does. Contrivance. Louise will be on in 2000. He did a song called Two Faced. Oh yes. Now we can look up Sinbad of Google. Fried eggy bread. No. Black pudding. Oh, I love black pudding. Norris has become the GOAT. I've reached the end of the comment section. Oh my goodness. I have reached the end of the comment section. I can't believe it. I am absolutely knackered. I'm absolutely knackered. Norris to become the GOAT. Can we end the stream before Shane goes on about a film that never add the letter B into tag after the G? Oh. My goodness. My goodness. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I've had my little timer to come up to say it's time to go. It's time to go. And then Bottas leads on the Perez, finishes 8th and nods. Sausage, bacon, eggs. We're just going to keep on going. Exactly for plenty of pizza. Okay, that's enough. Oh, I'm absolutely knackered. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, frogs. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for another Hookster Talks. Yes, another Hookster Talks. Let me see if I can get something up on the stream here to hide behind before we do our top fans like we do every single week. Yes, top fans. It's time for top fans, everyone. Now is that Yep, okay. Here is to... Oh, don't keep doing that. Okay, it's time for the top fans for tonight. Oh my goodness. Let's go then. Let's go, everyone. Where's it gone? Here we go. Here we go. We have 9 people in the top fans for tonight. This, I think, is a world record. Yes, a world record. So, you know, I'm really happy right now. 2,000 subscribers I just got. And now we've got 9 people for the top fans. It's great to see. And thank you all. You're all awesome people. Without you lot there, I wouldn't be doing this. No, I wouldn't be doing... I'd basically talking to my bear. Which I do anyway when I leave, but that's what I'd be doing. So thank you to everyone. Let's do the top fans then. In 9th position, we have... It's Matthew, 7657. In 8th place, it is... It's DJM, 9937. In 7th place, it is... It's Mr. Joshy. Yeah, round of applause for Mr. Joshy. Yes, yes, yes. Well done, sir. Well done indeed. In 6th position, we have... It's Shane Coburn, 2023. Well done, Shane. Top 5. 5th place, it is... It's Mr. Rugara. Oh, my goodness. So, top 4. 4th position, it is... It's Plynal Pessy. Well done, the master of mayhem, the merriment of mirth. He's at number 4. So, here's your podium positions for tonight's top fans. In 3rd place, it is... It's Mr. Will F1, yes! England's best Yorkshireman ever is at number 3. Well done to Will. At number 2, it's Mr. Caledonia F1, which means, oh my goodness, shock, horror, I cannot believe it, but it's true. The number 1 top fans for this week is Mr. Helium Trophy. The crowd goes wild. Yes. Oh my God. Well done, Mr. Helium Trophy. You are this week's top fans. Yes, you are. Yes. Now, there would possibly be like champagne involved, but I can't afford it, so you're out of luck. But anyway, well done. Well done for being this week's top fans. Top fans. Wowzers. Oh, and you got a lot of spamming. You got a lot of spamming in here, didn't you? A lot of spamming. A lot of spamming. Pizza, frogs, snails, Polly the parrot, Laurie Rastog is great, migraine time, 1 minute of spam. Spam, 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 spam. Hidden weird. Yorkshireman. Music. Music about to be on. Oop. That's my other timer saying you definitely got to go now, Dave. WTF1 Gaming looking to make a move. Will F1 Gaming, sorry, looking to make a move. Will doing everything to overtake the caterer. Shane is not about to look up Google at this point. There will be someone who doesn't care, but I think Dave will still make a phone call. Never trust Dave with Google search. This is true. No, exactly. Here we go. Mr. Joshy, reasonable result. Plynal, best Yorkshireman back on the podium. There will be champagne. Tayside may finally have a podium finisher. It's the Hookster's bedtime alarm. Caledonia done an epic job. There's a Total Sport magazine. That's enough. Oh my goodness. I'm knackered now, absolutely knackered. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. From me and Mr. TB the Bear, everyone's favourite bear and number 1 Lewis Hamilton fan, aren't you, TB? Yes, yes. You've been all awesome as always. It's pretty much over. Well, it is now. I guess you haven't got. No, sorry, Shane. I haven't got time to do that, mate. I'm well over time as it is. It's 11:30 at night. So yeah, I've got to disappear, unfortunately. But I will return. I will return. Yes, I will return. Don't worry. Anyway, thanks to everyone out there tonight. You have been awesome as always. And I'm not going to shout you out. I'm just going to go back to the top fans. Thank you to Matthew. Thank you to DJM. Thank you to Mr. Joshy. Yes, big up Mr. Joshy. Shane Coburn. Thank you to Shane as well. Big up Shane. And big them all up. Mr. Regaro as well. Plynal Plessy, the master of mirth. Will F1, Caledonia, and of course, yes, that's right. Dublin's finest, Helium Trophy. That's probably factually incorrect. But yes, there he is on the top spot. In the top spot. Helium Trophy. Yes. Well done, sir. Well done indeed. Thanks to everyone else as well. Cream crackered. Yes, I am cream crackered. Epic competition. It is. It's all epic. And you've all been epic. Thank you so much for joining me again. Of course, there's no Grand Prix this weekend. It's Canada next weekend. So you've got Maxi Boy Verstappen's doing a bit of the green hell this weekend. So that'll be something to have a look at. So why not do that instead of your Formula One, because it's not on until next week. Anyway, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. You've been awesome. And I will catch you in the next video. I'm going off now to have a lie down because I'm literally I'm sweating here. I'm sweating, absolutely sweating. Yes. All-time list to be shown. Yes, it will be, Mr. Regal. The all-time list. Yes. When you've made it, send it to me. Because I haven't got a clue. I'd be here for a fortnight trying to do an all-time list. Anyway, thank you everyone. Awesome as always. Yes. As Mr. Jerry Springer used to say, take care and look after yourself and each other. Thank you and good night.